Everybody's good? Y'all all good? That's great. Well, thank you for coming again. Oh. Hi, Jimmy. How you doing, sir? Oh, I made me a couple notes. First of all, we just got word earlier today of a situation that happened in Webster Springs at one of our DOH facilities, that we had a fire and we've lost a new employee at the age of 22. And you know, it's tragic to lose a life. It's tragic to have a fire. It's tragic, absolutely, to lose a life. And we don't know the circumstances. There's no point in you asking me about all the particulars, because we don't know the circumstances yet in any way, shape, form, or fashion. But we do know we've lost a young man. And it's especially bad when we lose someone that's 22 years old. So please join me in just a moment of silence and a silent prayer for, you know, that terrible event that just happened today. Okay, thank you. Well, let me just go into a few of the highlights, and then we'll open it up to your questions and we'll go from there. But we've got a good feeling going on within the state right now, and we're awfully, awfully proud of it. You know, today we're in special session in regard to the approval of our, you know, the letting of our bonds and the letting of the first tranche of $800 million worth of bonds. Can you just imagine not only the goodness that will happen from the roads that will be built, but can you imagine the goodness that will happen from the multiplier effect of the jobs that will be created by $800 million? And that's the first tranche. Now, again, and there's nobody on earth that can be more happy with just this, but Friday enrolled one of the rating agencies, Go Banking. Well, I don't have any idea. I didn't have any idea who Go Banking was, but with the research that we've done, they're a creditable rating agency. And you know, when I started at the State of the State, you know, I said, one of the real reasons for me running over and over and over, I had signs that said, tired of being 50th. Well, so often, we've almost been conditioned to know our place, to know that we're supposed to be competing with Mississippi to see who's dead last. But it isn't going to work that way with me. And so last Friday, my daughter called because she got it some way first and said, Dad, have you seen this? And I had said, no. And you have the handout there, where this rating agency said that in 2017, West Virginia, think about it, West Virginia, the place where we were really only known for first in vehicular accidents with deer, but West Virginia, of all states, has the highest economic growth of any state in the country, according to this rating agency. They rated our GDP growth for 2017 at 6.84%. It's amazing. They rated us in different categories, from personal income growth to unemployment to GDP. The states behind us are Nevada and California and Pennsylvania and I don't know, somebody else. But the states we always hear about, that we always hear the good stuff about. Well, today we hear good stuff about us. You just think, from a $500 million deficit to a drug epidemic that was cannibalizing us. And we said, we're going to move the state. We're going to move the needle. And it's not going to take forever. And today, there's one word that is absolutely just ringing all across the valleys and all across the mountains, and that's hope. Now, we're not there. We're not there. But we've made great changes in education. We got a road bond referendum passed by 73% of the vote. We've got our Senate and our House upstairs right now, getting ready to pass an $800 million road bond letting. You just think about it. We just had news the other day about China. The possibility of China coming here and spending $83.7 billion. It's more money than anybody can even imagine. When you think the Procter & Gamble plant, which stretches from here to St. Albans almost, and I'm exaggerating to make my point, if they spend $1 billion, it's equivalent to 2 Procter & Gamble plants. It is amazing. It's amazing what's going on. All the way from our secretary right now is in New York. And he's working on another deal right as we speak. Now, and it all trickles as far down as to the Great Barrel Company. Now you just think, we're moving and we're on our way. And you couldn't have anybody in the world any more proud than just me, because I said, I am sick and tired of West Virginia being the blunt end of bad jokes. I want us to be first. And lo and behold, if it's just a small blip on the screen today, here comes one of my little buddies. And he's strutting his stuff, I know that, because he told me, he said the Senate, he said the Senate would move and I'd be backing up if I was waiting on them or something like that. And so evidently the Senate's done. Come on up here, Mitch, if you would, please. All y'all, come on up here. Come on, guys. How you doing, man?
Great.
Good job, great job. Okay, guys. How are you? Good, good. Hey, Craig, how you doing, man? Good to see you guys. Well, we're waiting on the House, but come on, Ryan, get up here. But we think they'll be coming and coming real quick, too. Good to see you, sir. But these guys, evidently we just passed on the Senate side. Now we've got to wait on the House side, and then we'll be able to let that $800 million in bonds go. And you can see by what's going on right now. You're driving up and down the road, you're seeing orange and white cones all over the place right now, and there's going to be lots and lots and lots more. So we're all happy about every bit of that. I think now, you know, I told them, unfortunately, guys, that we lost a 22-year-old in a DOH building, and you all sure know about that. And then I told them, you know, about just all the things that are happening, whether it be education or road bond or China or the barrel factory or now, you know, more and more good stuff. So we may, you know, I've got to say this, and let me say this to, and I only say this in a light, humorous way, okay, please, okay? But we've got enough. And we've had enough forever in West Virginia to report about that's not good. Now we have. Sue, come on up, please. How you doing, girl? Good to see you, Sue. Great to see you. But Come on up here, young man. Hey, Jeff.
Better late than never.
Hey, Jeff. Good to see you. But what I was just saying is, you know, oftentimes, whether it be the media or whether it be us talking at a grocery store, we focus and we talk about the bad. And in from West Virginia's point of view, we've had the opportunity to talk about bad for a long, long, long time. You know, I heard somebody say this a long time ago, that Dan Rather, if he would have been reporting the discovery of electricity, whether it been Benjamin Franklin or whomever, you know, if he were reporting that, he would have reported terrible news today for America's candle makers. Think about it. We don't need to keep reporting or talking at the grocery store of our shortcomings. We need now to start moving in the direction of hope and recovery. And these great people behind me are terribly, terribly instrumental in just that. And we're waiting on the House, and they'll be here in a minute. But this fellow that's your president is doing a whale of a job. And our speaker's doing a great job. And really and truly, the minority speaker and president are doing a good job. We want goodness. And I've said it till I'm blue-green. We want to first and foremost be West Virginians. All of us, Democrat or Republican, we want to be West Virginians. So I've tried to kill some time waiting on the House, but I'll let you ask whatever you choose to ask. But please have at it.
It makes us all feel bad talking about the reporting of bad stuff.
No, it's not just you guys. It's not just you. It's all of us. Whether we're sitting at a class reunion or we're in a grocery store or wherever, we need to start bragging on ourselves just a little bit. And we need to start smiling a little bit. It'll make, you know, enthusiasm is so contagious. And we have so much good. I have said it over and over and over and over. But now just think, what state has natural resources like we have that are unbelievable? Think about it. Coal, oil, gas, timber, water, on and on and on. And think about what states within striking distance of 2/3 of the population of the country. And what state has 4 seasons that are off a chart, that Chelsea can absolutely have everybody in the world come rolling in here from a standpoint of tourism. And what state has us, you know, us, that are craftsmen, that are faith-based, that are good people, that are family. I mean, gee, many Christmas, we don't have to be beating ourselves up. We are good, and we're on the way right now. So don't y'all feel bad. Yes, sir, Jim.
Governor, during your campaign, you talked about the forest and the use of our wood. Is this part of the barrel? I'm not familiar with the barrel plant that you're talking about. Is that the use of our lumber in the state of West Virginia?
It'd absolutely be the use of our lumber because it's white oak, and everything has to be made out of white oak and everything. And so that absolutely, you know. Oh gosh, we've got House members coming. Okay. Hey guys, how y'all doing? Good to see y'all. Good to see y'all. Just didn't run out and leave for Tim up there, did you?
He's got nothing to do.
But Jimmy, to answer your question, white oak needs to go to the, so our hardwoods absolutely will go into that manufacturing process. It'll be value added. All that's great. I still have the proposal in front of President Trump in regard to the, you know, the furniture manufacturing and something, getting something for the value of what our trees are contributing to the earth. You know, I've said it over and over, but just think about our hardwoods. Our hardwoods in West Virginia alone are cleaning up an equivalent of 21 coal-fired power plants a year. It's amazing. It's amazing. And we ought to get something for that. Now, but in all honesty, the Trump administration is helping us in a lot of ways right now. They're helping us from a coal initiative. They're helping us with this China deal. They're helping us with lots of stuff. So, you know, we don't want to overload their plate either. Yes, sir.
Governor, at risk of bringing up a negative, there was a Forbes report about the same time that had West Virginia last in a variety of categories, such as labor supply, regulatory environment, economic climate, growth prospects, and quality of life. I'm sure you all think there's more work to be done. What might bring West Virginia up higher in some of these other reports that we see?
Well, here's the thing, Brad, and it would be completely foolish for any of us to think that the work's done and we can hit the autopilot and we can go on down the road. The work is just starting. But it is so refreshing to see that there is light at the end of the tunnel, and there's things that are genuinely beginning to happen that will really propel West Virginia in a positive way down the road. Now, we got lots of work to be done, but it is exciting to think that when you come to bat, you may actually be able to hit the ball. You know, instead of being able to come to bat with a wiffle ball bat and then throwing a 100-mile-an-hour fastball, it doesn't really work real hot. So the long and short of it is, yeah, we've got a lot of work to do, and but we're doing it. We're doing it with these great people behind us, behind me, and a lot of great people out here, secretaries that are knocking it out of the park, and yeah, we're getting there.
Mr. Governor,
Yes,
last week the EPA held a public comment hearings out there. Do you have any comment on that? I know that you weren't able to make it, so.
No, I tell you, I had Kathy kind of just have a little backslide and everything, and Kathy ended up in the hospital for just really overnight and everything, and I wasn't able to make it. But my only comment would be just this, that there's no question that my dad used to say a long time ago, you know, in America, the pendulum swings, and the pendulum oftentimes gets way, way, way out of balance. And it takes a real correction to bring it back into balance. And there's no question that we developed rules and regulations that were, you know, an overreach, to say the very least. Yes, sir.
I'm sure you've seen some of the stuff about the Supreme Court, some budget issues. Do you have a reaction to, I guess, some of the stuff that's come out to this point? And do you think that these folks behind you maybe need to take over on the budget there?
Well, there's a lot of them standing behind me, and I can't watch who's mean looking and who's not mean looking right now. But I'm going to really leave that to them. I mean, you know, I think there's issues there, and that's why we've got this system that we have. We've got a lot of people that are weighing in, and we kind of bounce it back and forth and all that kind of stuff. And at the end of the day, hopefully you move the ball down the road. But I think they've got to be the ones to weigh in on that. Yes, sir.
We met last about the China announcement, and I think a lot of us felt like we'd like to know more about the details of what's still to come, what the memorandum means. Do you have any kind of update? Can you clarify more about what's ahead?
Well, I can a little. I can tell you this, Stephen, come on up here. I can tell you that if we got anybody else that y'all see that comes in, just tell them come this way. I guess it was last Thursday, you know, I was in Morgantown, and we were meeting at that time with a Chinese delegation that's here of 28 people. Well, first of all, China wouldn't be sending 28 people if they weren't deathly serious about the whole thing. And there's no way in the world that China would spend the money to have 28 people hang out here for 2 weeks and everything if they weren't deathly serious. Now, they're here now, and they're traveling around our state, and they're looking at sites, and they're doing all kinds of different work. Well, they mentioned, you know, that they have all kinds of potential investment ideas, But the primary arena centers around natural gas and the petrochemical industry and all that. But there's another arena that centers around coal to liquids and coal to chemicals that they're very, very interested in. So all that being said, what they're really doing is they're trying to perfect their MOU. And we're in the process of being able to try to facilitate and help them be able to get to where they need to be. Now with that, they also mentioned that, you know, the idea that West Virginia could end up, because the most substantial of all their investments that they're going to do is West Virginia. And so with that in mind, you know, if you're in from their eyes, they believe what they're going to want to do is, and it just makes good sense. But, you know, if you're going to invest 40 million, 80 million, $1 billion rather, in West Virginia, why not go ahead and make it your absolute hub? And if you make it your absolute hub, that investment number could even rise substantially even higher than the 83 billion. So the discussions are deathly serious. They went very well. I think everyone left all the meetings very excited. That night, Gordon Gee and Woody Thrasher took them to a WVU basketball game. And so, you know, I think they enjoyed that, but the long and the short of it is they really believe West Virginia's got real value.
When you chided the media for focusing on state shortcomings, are there particular issues you're focused on?
No, and Phil, let's don't get hung up out of our mind on that, okay? Because I kind of beat on ourselves just a little bit too. You know, I said, it's true. It's just true. And you know me, I'm just going to tell you the truth. You know, here's what I think. I think we at family reunions, we at the grocery stores, in all honesty, oftentimes you pick up the newspaper and you see in the newspaper a story after story that's not something that is a positive lift on us. Now, just think of the news that we have in front of us today. We have changed education. We have passed a road bond referendum. These great people have gone today and passed, you know, the letting of $800 million of road bonds. We do have an MOU from China. We do have a barrel factory that's coming. And we do have Toyota that is expanding, or we do have Hino Motors that's expanding. We do have things happening in West Virginia today, and we should be proud. We should be reporting it. We should be talking it at the reunions, and we should be talking it at the grocery stores. Because there is one thing that's moving across this land, and the average everyday guy gets it. And that is hope. And it's moving across our land like crazy in this state right today. And you can say anything you want, but people are feeling better about being West Virginians. And I forgot one other thing, gosh knows, I'll be criticized for forgetting this. We do have coal miners back to work today as well. So we should be really proud of ourselves, and we should know that there's a lot of work yet to be done, but we should be very proud of what we've done. Yes, sir?
What's the timeline on releasing hard and specific details about the China deal?
Well, and again, you know me, I'm not going to dodge anything. You know, the only thing that's holding back the release of the MOU is a confidentiality agreement that's been signed between all the parties. And to get all the parties, you know, from state government in China to sign off with our federal government, to sign off with us, I mean, for crying out loud, I think once you get it, you're not going to find anything in it that's any different than what we've already been reporting to you. You know, but these people, I mean, it would be a little thumbing our nose at these people, if, you know, to say, you know, well, we want to go ahead and do this when they may very well be rolling into us and investing a lot of money. Yes, sir. Yeah, bring that up, please. Yeah. Okay, where's Jeff? He's going to read, right?
He's going to bring everybody up, yeah.
Okay. Okay, y'all watch it. I got to come back, and this could be dangerous.
Being behind you.
Let me lead off, Jeff, and then you read, okay? Don't y'all run off.
Come on up here. No. Okay. Just saying.
You know, about a few weeks ago, I don't know, it seems like the days kind of run together. October the 29th, we had a disaster happen in Wood County. And we had a warehouse building that was on fire and spewing different things that we were concerned about, very concerned about in the atmosphere. And at that point in time, just as insurance companies do a lot of times, they were trying to psychoanalyze the whole situation and determine whether or not, you know, they were going to pay for this or pay for that and whatever like that. And the whole time the smoke's just boiling. Somebody's got to make a decision. Wood County said, well, we don't have the money to keep paying the contractor to keep shooting the water and try to get the fire out, but we got to get the fire out. Our kids weren't in school, the town's shut down. Somebody's got to do something. Well, so what we did is we took the money out of the governor's contingency fund and we did something. We reacted. Now, it's our full intention to go back against the insurance company or the owner and everything and recoup every dollar back. But today, I guess I am, now Jeff, you read. I'm sorry, I'm ahead of you.
Well, if I may, Governor, this is about leadership. Leadership. Donnie Adkins, the Deputy Chief of Staff, came up to Wood County. At 10:33 on a Sunday night, we called the governor and gave him an overview of what was transpiring. And I'll remember this till I take my last breath. The governor's words were, you cannot put a price on a West Virginian. Imagine that. Of all things he could have stated, you cannot put a price on a West Virginian. He stated, do whatever it takes to make this happen. And Donnie, the Chief of Staff, and myself, we started on a plan. And as a result, you should be very proud of West Virginia agencies. The Department of Highways, truck after truck after truck with water because the city of Parkersburg water supply went down. DEP was there doing constant testings to make sure the environment was sound. Homeland Security was there doing everything. The West Virginia State Fire Marshals was there interviewing people, tried to determine what caused the fire. The National Guard, without blinking an eye, brought in over $20,000 worth of foam from Charleston to help put out the fire. And DHHR were there also running various tests. It was an effort. And as you've heard the governor say, all the king's horses and all the king's men, we brought in the federal EPA and they brought in a sophisticated plane all the way from Arkansas to do air testing. But it was leadership, and Governor, the people of Wood County, thank you so much for that leadership you showed on a Sunday night. But on the ground, you always say, who was the first person on? And that first person there was the Chief Fire Department Chief from Lubeck, West Virginia. And that's a guy by the name of Mark Stewart. a great Wood County, and not only is he a volunteer fire chief, but he is a West Virginia State Fire Marshal. In addition, communications is so key. In the Wood County 911 Center, Director Rick Woodyard constantly supplied in the communications to make sure, and imagine this, over 189 firefighters and not one sprained ankle. It is a tribute to the leaders that were on the ground. And Governor, if I can hand these to you, sir, we would like to, it's approved by you to honor Fire Chief Mark Stewart and 911 Director, Emergency Management Director Rick Woodyard.
Jimmy, you're going to have to read, because I can't read. I can't see it.
Greetings. Let it be known that Rick Woodyard, Director of the Wood County Homeland Security and Emergency Management, is hereby awarded the Certificate of Recognition and going above and beyond the call of duty on October 21st, 2017. In the days that followed, in the measure of in the warehouse fire at the former Ames plant site. As Governor, I recommend your leadership and your extraordinary dedication to assist fellow West Virginians in the time of need. Given under my hand, Jim Justice.
Okay. All right, sir. Okay. Thank you, sir. Thank you. Come right around here a little bit where we can do this officially. You can hold that. Okay.
Thank you, sir.
God bless. Thank you, sir. I'll do one more, James. One more.
You were Santa Claus at the group back?
Yeah, I was.
You look good.
I know.
Chief, why don't you stand over here? Greetings, let it be known that Mark Stewart, West Virginia Deputy State Fire Marshal and Fire Chief at Lubeck Volunteer Fire Department, is hereby awarded this Certificate of Recognition in going above and beyond the call of duty on October 21st, 2017, in the days that following the massive warehouse fire at the former Ames plant site. As Governor, I recommend your leadership and as Incident Commander and your extraordinary dedication to assist fellow West Virginians in the time of need. Given under my hand, James Justice, or Jim Justice.
Okay, sir. Hold that like that. Let me have your hand there, sir. Congratulations. Way to go. Great job. Great job. Okay. You know, all around me here are heroes. That's all there is to it. A lot of people ran into the fires, and they tried to do any and everything they could. They didn't think, well, I mean, is this smoke bad for me or whatever? They ran to the fire. So anyway, we salute them and many others. And now today, in order to pay the bill, I've got to give this to somebody. I'm going to give this to this young man who, right here, is our chairman and everything. It's $1,446,000 to pay to get the fire out. God bless you. Sir?
Couldn't have done without you.
Yeah, thank you. Okay, I'm sitting back down. Oh. Yeah. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all. Thank you.
White horse in the Wood County.
Okay. It had to be a big horse, I promise you that. Thank you, guys. Thank y'all.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you. We got to go back to work.
Okay, go back to work. Okay, guys.
Yeah.
Thank you very much.
Oh, thank you. Darn, leave it on you.
You want to stay?
Well, no, I just didn't know if there's any other questions. Maybe we're done. Are we done? Thank you, man.
Yeah.
You were one of the first rascals up there, you know that.
I know, yeah. I was happy to be driving by.
House is adjourned, they haven't taken action, so it's time to wrap it up.
Okay. Okay, then we're done. Steve.